I am expanding the Goblin uh, catalog here by adding another character to it, and this one actually breaks some of my rules for goblins because the goblins that I've drawn so far, really I've only drawn two, but the goblins that I've accumulated in my horde of goblinoids so far, they follow kind of this idea that the world is dominated by industrial era humans, and the goblins are kind of like a scavenging uh, creature that takes human technology and repurposes it for their use. So whenever I give them clothing, the clothing is always ill-fitting or found or discarded, and the tools that they use are not, like the one used a baseball bat as a club, for example. This one, however, is a little bit different because the clothing that he wears is specifically tailored to fit him. I guess you could also make the argument that it could be like a child's clothing that fits him, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted this goblin to wear a full set, pants, shoes, everything of a tuxedo, a coat and tails, because the idea is that this is a goblin butler to a human being who has provided them with a clothing that fits them, and there's a lot more I could have done with this. This is a relatively short video, but I was getting frustrated because, as you see just here, the power went out, and this happened once in one of my older videos where I had to go and screen grab the video that I was recording because I lost a certain amount of work. But so it happened again. I'm glad that I can recover from it, but it's really annoying when that happens. That's one of the downsides to digital art, I guess, or the lack of having some kind of backup power source like a generator. But anyway, I digress. On this tray, I've put some pickles. I left the tray open so that I could really put anything on there. That's kind of a separate image that I could put like a wine glass or a martini glass or some sort of appetizer or whatever. But one of the things that I finally went in and did, I pretty much do this costume. I kept being tempted to add rips and tears in it, and I kept kind of like fighting that urge because I want the goblins to all have the kind of tattered clothing, but I had to keep doing this one as it should be pristine. It should be clean. It should be tailored because presentation matters to rich aristocratic people that might keep goblins as butlers. Trained goblins who they've taught to know the rules of etiquette and speak English and be very proper, very. So this was I sort of pictured him having this sort of voice. Would Sir like to take his appetizers in the parlor? That sort of thing. And then I went a little bit further. So here I'm just doing some like shading and filling out the texture of the goblin's face. And then I tried something that's experimental. I still have the option of getting rid of this, but I kind of like how it turned out. I'm not really sure. I might go back and play with it a little bit more, but I decided to give him a very like kind of French aristocracy like powdered face paint sort of thing. So he's got this white face on and then blush and like lipstick there, and I had to keep playing with the levels of it. I like where it ended up. I hope that it's obvious that it is makeup. That was the main thing. I wanted it to be obvious that that wasn't just what color his skin was. Almost gave him a powdered wig. I didn't give him a powdered wig. This is what I ended up with. I'm probably still going to tweak this, ultimately make more goblins and kind of put them all together. I hope you like this one. Thanks.